guys, and welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while since I've done a video, which I apologize for. I could do a whole another life update, but if you didn't watch my previous vlog, I kind of talked about some stuff that was going on then, and yeah. Anyways, I wanted to come to you guys and talk about something, as you will see from the title of this video, that I have been loving, but I was very afraid to try. So I thought that this video could be helpful. I watched a lot of YouTube videos before I bought mine and before I started using it, and I thought there was a few things that I could add to those videos. So I'm going to be talking about the Diva Cup today. If you don't know what this is, I'll tell you what it is. Okay, the Diva Cup is basically for when you have your period, and it's an alternative to tampons, really. Not so much an alternative to pads, because it's not the same thing, but it's very much an alternative to tampons. And there's many reasons that women want to use these. There's the environmental reason, which was huge for me. I thought about how much waste I was producing every period, which was insane. And I remember just like filling up the garbage can and being like, ew, like I just created all that waste. That's so sad. So that's the first thing. There's a cost factor. Tampons are expensive after a while. Some people would argue that this is just more expensive and not worth it. This is around $30. I think I got mine for $35. You can get them at Whole Foods. You can get them at really most drugstores now have these, at least in Canada. Where I live in Vancouver, they're very readily available and they're quite common. Like a lot of people use them. Another reason people use them is for their health. You're putting something into your body that is a tampon that you don't really know what it is or what's in it, if there's going to be any remains that stay inside of you or whatever. So there's a health factor. So there's many reasons women start to use the Diva Cup, and like I said before, mine was definitely waste and environmental related, but also I was interested in the comfort level of something like this versus a tampon. I started wearing tampons really young because when I got my period, I was still swimming competitively, so I had to be in the water. So every month when my period came around, it's not like I could just be like, peace, can't swim. Like, you know, I had to make it work for myself. So I started wearing tampons really young and pretty much right away. And I never really disliked them. I never really found them hard to wear. I just thought that maybe there could be something better out there. Not only that, but I had to change my tampons really frequently because I had a heavy flow when I first started getting my period, which is like very much TMI, but you know, it's just the way it is. You don't choose, it chooses you. Anytime you pooped or did anything like that, or even when I peed, the tampon would slide down and it would feel like I had to change it, or I would be left with this like sensation of a tampon falling out, and it was terrible. It's just like not comfortable at all. So I found that to be definitely a factor. The comfort thing wasn't there for me. I hated wearing pads. I think they're disgusting. I truly do. You're like sitting in your own filth. It's pretty much like a diaper, and I really don't understand how we haven't like progressed further in dealing with feminine hygiene than like a fucking piece of shit you stick up your vagina, or like a pillow you have in your underwear. Like, it's just disgusting. That's kind of how I feel about the conventional period things. Then I went on birth control when I was like 17, and I definitely had a lighter period, but I still had like a period, you know. I don't not get a period every month. So I was introduced to the Diva Cup actually by my sister, and so I bought it about 3 months ago when I moved back to Vancouver from Boston. I bought it because I couldn't find it anywhere in Boston, which I found kind of weird and bizarre. I'm sure it's there. I'm sure they have it at the Whole Foods there, but I just couldn't find it. And so I got it when I came back to Vancouver, and honestly it sat in my cupboard for a solid month and a half or 2 months because I was scared of it. Like, I was actually afraid to put this in my vagina for obvious reasons. Obviously I'm not going to show you what my physical Diva Cup looks like because I've used it, and there's something a little bit nasty about that, but I'll have a picture of what the Diva Cup looks like here so you guys can see kind of what you're going to deal with. There's two different types. So the first one, just one I have, is for women under 30 who have never delivered delivered vaginally or by C-section, and then the model number 2, which is just a bit bigger, I believe, is for women over 30 and for women who have delivered vaginally or by C-section. I was really surprised by the size of it, and I was like, oh my god, how is this gonna fit? I don't see how this is gonna fit, honestly. But I didn't really realize how much room is actually there until I had a Diva Cup and was like putting it in, and it was like, oh my god, like I could fit 2 of these in here. No, not really, but like I actually kind of was like, wow, like there's a lot more room than I thought. I tried the folding into like a fortune cookie shape first, and that just like did not work for me. So I ended up doing like the thing where you have it and you like kind of fold down the side, and so it kind of crumples up into like a very small piece that you just kind of push up there. And I found it super easy to use. The first time I put it in, I was shocked at the comfort level. My sister had mentioned the tip of the Diva Cup. The tip on the end of it is a little bit long, and some people trim it, but I didn't find it uncomfortable at all. Like I found it really comfortable. As for like actually having my period, putting it in, using it as an active person on the go, like I don't sit at home all day, you know, I'm out and about, I'm at school, I'm at work, you know, I'm doing all these things. I was a little apprehensive. I was like, oh my gosh, like how do you work with this in a public place? It's very simple. You know, if you're out, you're just doing your thing, living life, you probably won't ever need to take it out to empty it, because you can keep it in for like 12 hours. The only time you'll need to like take it out probably is like if you're gonna poop, which I'm just the type of person that this is annoying for, because I poop really sporadically and like pretty much all the time I'm pooping. Yeah, that's really TMI as well, but I'm pretty sure I've already said that in a video before, so like, are you guys surprised that I poop all the time? I don't know. But anyways, so that's a little bit annoying, but all you do is you just take it out, and what I do is like, I'm in a public bathroom. Like, this is just real life, living life in a public bathroom. I'll pull a little piece of toilet paper and like make a little cushion for it, take it out, put it, empty it into the toilet, put it onto the paper towel that I've made for it, and then like do my business, and then I'll just put it back in. And when I get home that night, I take it out and I'll clean it properly so that I'm not like being disgusting, you know what I mean? And also, before you go into the bathroom, like just wash your hands. If you use tampons, I don't think this will be very difficult for you to get used to, honestly. And I thought it would, but it wasn't. It's actually interesting, and I said this to my partner, he probably thinks I'm crazy when I say stuff like this to him, but it almost makes you like become more in touch with your like your menstrual cycle. Like you realize, wow, like that's how much blood I created in this day or whatever, and like you really realize like all those myths about like bleeding through your pants and all that, like it's probably not going to happen because you don't actually make that much blood or whatever throughout the day with your period. So I don't know, like that to me was just like fascinating. I didn't find it gross or anything, but overall highly recommend. If you at all are feeling unsatisfied with whatever method you're using to deal with your period, and I feel like you will at some point in your life become dissatisfied with whatever you're using with your period, try a Diva Cup because it's amazing. As for what I clean it with, actually there's a Diva wash you can buy, and it's just a mild, really sensitive, fragrance-free soap, but I actually was told to try using something else, and it's the Dr. Bronner's soap. I'm sure you've heard of it, and it's the unscented, like super sensitive one, and I find that works amazing. Okay, so I have one quick story to really quickly tell you about like one bad experience I had with the Diva Cup, because I want to be real and honest with you guys. The first time I used it, I didn't know really what I was doing, and it says the instructions are like quite simple, but they are also kind of like slightly biological, where it's like, oh, like put this near your cervix. Well, I obviously did not know where my cervix was, or I thought I did, but like I didn't understand, because one time I put the Diva Cup in and I put it up way too high, y'all, okay, thought I was fine, lived life for like a couple hours, and then when I went to the bathroom to take a poop, like fucking normal because I'm always pooping, I could not find my Diva Cup. So I was like, the fuck, did it fall out? Clearly not. I think I would have felt it. And then I was sort of like, oh my god, this is like literally a nightmare. To like push it out, you kind of do like the pooping motion in your body, or kind of a Kegel, if you know what a Kegel is. It's kind of like both of those things at the same time. And so I just like started doing those, and it eventually came out. So, and then I read in the instructions that if you like put it up too high or whatever, that will happen, but you can just like, you can push it down yourself. Anyways, it was frightening, not to mention this happened while I was at school, so I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to go to the doctor and like have surgery. Anyways, that's everything I want to mention. I hope you all found this video informative and hopefully helpful. If you have any questions, definitely let me know down below. I think the biggest question people will ask is, if they have a heavy period, will it work? And I would say yes, 100%. You don't bleed that much. So yeah, definitely recommend. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And yes, that is Santa. I went and bought Christmas decorations this afternoon. Went a little crazy. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Bye!